to the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tennessee Titans. Set for what should be a tussle here in England, the Ravens and Titans underway from London.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, start.
Right to the air is Willis. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here's Willis. Able to find Dowell.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
The Titans had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year, and they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Burks needed time to step into the void left by A.J. Brown's trade, and injury didn't help his cause. A little bit over 400 yards, 1 touchdown in 11 games. The Titans planning for him to ascend to the top 4 this season.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Hey, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. Throw to the right, caught by Okakwo.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
His throw incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A 3rd and 2. Here's Willis.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action. Now Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first draft. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
He's still on his feet.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
On second down, Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times, 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. You talk about this Titan defense.
They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take over here up near the 40. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Willis looking to throw it. That'll be completed to Okonkwo. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Willis to throw. He'll get that complete to Dell. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw, here's Willis. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Willis. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Okay, break.
2nd and 10.
Ready.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that
that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be a message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Haskins trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Willis on 3rd and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here we go with Johnson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. But this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Jackson.
He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. Jackson will throw again. He completes it to Beckham.
And they're going to have a 1st down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on 1st down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson.
And for the Ravens, touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Willis.
Flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And brought in downfield by Burks. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Willis looks to pass it here.
He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. Got his man, Okonkwo.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Badgley's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Second half starts with a run by Dobbins.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
To throw is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Jackson on second down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Channing Tindall. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Dobbins with a typical strong run, and 3 years in, you still feel like you haven't seen all he can be as a pro. Injuries wiped out 2021 and part of 2022. But when he's out there and healthy, he can be electric.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Open man is Duvernay.
And shedding through the tackle. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that, but I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. Out to the flat here for Johnson.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second down throw coming by Willis.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Willis now off of play action.
Steps away.
Throw here taken in by Riley, the tight end.
It's a Titans touchdown.
Josh Riley
With his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Titans are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Willis will try and throw for this.
They'll roll him out, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And Jackson throwing once more.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Dobbins. Touchdown, Baltimore. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
The way with the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first.
Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he's... Take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on this.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's the backup Tannehill. Able to find Dowd. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Now it's Tannehill. Rolling to his left. That is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Carter, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Jackson to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Tannehill now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.